Everyone wants more money, but most of us weren't taught how to create an abundant life. That's where the More Money Show comes in. If you're ready to have more money, create more freedom, and experience more fun, turn the volume up. It's time to learn how to create the prosperity and life you have been dreaming of. Here's your host, Cassie Parks.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the More Money Show. This is continuing our introductions in the year of growth. Today I have with me Carrie-Ann. How are you, Carrie-Ann?
I am fantastic, Cassie. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here. We've already started giggling even as I was hitting the record button. So
Of course.
This is going to be a fun interview.
Absolutely.
I love it. All right. So I always start here. What's awesome right now?
I would have to say just overall, my sense of ease and peace with where I am now versus other places I've been in the past. So definitely that's what's awesome right now and every day.
I love that.
Yeah, so do I.
How different? How did it used to be?
It used to be more centered around anxiety, worry, about financial situation, work situations, anything, that typically most of us are sort of learned how to what to worry about. And that's not the same anymore. It's completely different. I don't worry. I don't get anxious about if I get a bill, an unexpected bill, or, looking at my credit card statement. It's just not there anymore.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And so I feel a lot more peace and a lot more ease.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yay. Cool. All right. So let's start and just sort of lay this foundation, and then we're going to get into some really fun stories. But how long have we worked together? Sort of talk about that process for you.
I think we first started with the Change Your Money story, which I think was last June, right?
Yeah,
it was last June.
Mm-hmm.
And that was such a turning point for me. There were so many things that I learned there that I wanted to pursue and develop further. And then I subscribed to Manifest 10K. So I've been through Manifest 10K twice. So we've been working for quite a while.
Yeah. And I love that. And we, you had success the first time in Manifest 10K, and we're going to talk about that. But we both kind of had a conversation, and I said, do it again. And so what do you think is the biggest thing that's come out of doing it a second time?
Doing it a second time really gave me a different perspective from the first time. And you and I actually had a conversation about the first time I did it and what I manifested. My focus wasn't on the 10K, my focus was on something else.
Yeah.
So this time around, my focus is, 100% on manifesting 10K. And so the lessons I'm learning are very different than the first time around.
I love it. So exciting. Yeah. Cool. So let's talk about, what did you manifest the first time around?
I manifested a new job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember all the parts of that story? Because it's such a good manifesting story. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So last year at this time, I started a new job. I had been unemployed for about a year and a half. So I started this new job January 3rd, 2017. And although it was a blessing, I went into it knowing that it wasn't 100% right for me. But again, it was that sense of desperation that I have to get a job. So I took it and quickly discovered that the culture was different than what I was looking for. So I decided to focus on and manifest a new job. So I started scripting every day on my lunch hour about, the different things I was looking for in a new job. So I was looking for, different types of coworkers, different environment, a short commute to and from work, and being able to commute with my husband. And I updated my resume, and then
It was
I started.
inspired action though,
It
right? It was
was
like one day.
100%. 100.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? Because I hadn't I mean, I updated my resume to get this job, but I
Uh-huh.
hadn't updated it since because I
Yes.
wasn't feeling like, oh, you know, like when you love something, you're happy to change it and update it and shout it out to everybody. But I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
happy about, you know, where I was. So I was reluctant to update my resume, but I did. I'm like, you know what? This is it. I'm going to do it. So I did it. And then I posted it to my job search websites, and I kept scripting. And within 4 weeks, I got a job offer.
Yeah.
And not only that, it was a job offer that was very simple. You know,
Mm-hmm.
typical job postings are very long, you know, a long list of, you know, responsibilities and expectations and a lot about the company. This one was very much, we need an office administrator to do, you know, a little bit of accounting, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I thought, oh, what the hell? I'll just apply for it. And I couldn't apply for it at work because I needed to upload my resume, and I didn't want that to be traced on my computer at
Yes.
work, right? Obviously.
Right.
So I came home. I did it, and the very next day, I received an email saying, "Can you come in for an interview today?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can't come today, but I can come tomorrow. So I did it before my work started. They were able to see me. It was a 20-minute interview. And then, so that was the Friday. And then on the Tuesday, I was offered the job. So I'm like, is this real? Is this really happening?
Right. Because I remember you're like, this is so easy.
It
It's
like,
so easy.
I've never experienced anything like that in my life as far as, you know, getting a new job.
Mm-hmm.
It was so quick. Like I didn't even have time to breathe. I was just so stunned and shocked that this worked. Oh my God, I made this happen.
Yes. How did that
Yeah.
feel?
Oh, I felt so many things, Cassie. I was surprised. I was impressed,
Mm-hmm.
right, that I could do this.
Yeah.
But I was also I was just buzzing, buzzing,
Mm-hmm.
buzzing, buzzing. My body was just so high, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it was like, you know, I was always able to manifest a parking spot, or, you know, have the light, you know, the traffic light
Mm-hmm.
change, or find the product I was looking for. But this was huge. And the
Yeah.
fact that I made it happen was just, it was incomprehensible. Like it was just so unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Now I want to go back to the like about the month or a couple weeks before the job. And what was going on then? Because I think this is important because a lot of people get to a point where they feel like what I'm doing isn't working. And so just a couple weeks before, were you feeling like, oh, this is so great. It's all totally going to happen. Everything's perfect.
No. No. Of course not. You know the answer to that.
I do.
Oh my gosh. No. Um, because I was feeling like nothing's happening for me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing all these exercises. I'm doing all these assignments. You know, I'm doing my I am statements. I'm doing my, it was my joy list at the time, the things
Mm-hmm.
that gave me joy. I was doing all that and nothing was happening, like not even a measly dime or a dollar. Everyone else around me, and particularly my husband, was benefiting from from the work I was doing. So I felt like, okay, what is happening right now? Because this isn't working.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember you saying to me that the universe is always working in the background,
Yeah.
right? It takes
Mm-hmm.
time to create big things.
Yes.
And you know, I was still at the level where I'm expecting, oh, these little things, because these
Mm-hmm.
little things are really rewarding in and of themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I need to get all these little things and slowly build up. But that wasn't happening. So I'm like, I don't know what, this isn't working. And so, you know, you sort of step back and say, am I doing this right? And does this really work? Everyone else is being successful and I'm not. But really not realizing that, you know, the progress I was making was setting me up for, you know, getting this new job and
Mm-hmm.
setting me up for bigger things down the road. But at the
Yes.
time, that's not what I saw at all. And,
Mm-hmm.
it took you to point that out to me and to say, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Tell us about the pizza.
Oh my God. The pizza. So my husband orders pizza every Friday night. That's our Friday night treat, end of week treat. And this guy was getting free pizza nonstop. Like, we would get a pizza that wasn't to order, and he would call and they would immediately send, another pie. And I don't know how many times he manifested pizza. And I'm like, I'm sitting over here and I can't even get a darn pizza. Where is my pizza, Cassie? Where is my pizza?
You said that, right?
I
Like,
did
where's
say
my
that. I
pizza?
said,
Like, I'm
where's my
doing the
pizza?
work.
Where's my damn pizza? Why is he getting all the free pizza? I don't understand. So it was another one of those moments where I'm like, I don't get it. Why am I not getting the pizza? And
Mm-hmm.
again, I remember you saying, but you're getting bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
The pizza is, you could get the pizza. You could get the parking spot. You can get the traffic light. You could get the whatever. But we're looking further higher. We're stretching that goal and that focus. So you got to look beyond the pizza. It's not about the pizza.
Yeah.
Forget the pizza. But on a really funny note, the place I work at now, we order pizza every payday, which is every other Friday. And guess who has to order the pizza?
You.
I do. I have to order the pizza. So I get my darn pizza.
And you don't have
I
to
don't
pay,
have
right?
to pay for
The
it.
company pays for it.
Company pays for it. So in the end, I did get my pizza. But it was just one of those things. It's like, wait a minute, I'm not getting my pizza.
Right. And it was really, it was just the thing that was really tripping you up. And
Yes.
it was the combination, but it was like, he keeps getting pizza. He keeps getting pizza.
Yep.
And my absolute favorite part is that now you get pizza for free every other Friday. Like, for as long as you have this job, you don't even have to keep manifesting.
I don't. Like, the pizza is not, it's not even my realm of manifesting. Pizza is off that list.
Right.
It's long gone.
Because you just did it for like the long term, right? You became like this automatic manifester of it. And I love that because it's such a good story. And, we do as manifestors, we can get caught up in like what isn't here, right?
Yes.
And this story is such evidence that it is always working behind the scenes. You got your new job and the pizza. You just didn't get it right away.
At the time. I didn't get it. So the other lesson learned is I didn't get it when I wanted it. So the lesson there was that I'm trying to control the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want what I want when I want it. And that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
You put it out there that that's what you want, and then let it go to the universe to give it to you when it's the right time. It's all about timing. So, I want the pizza, I want this, I want that. It's not happening. I want the 10K. Yeah, it's not going to happen at the drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It's always working in the background, and that's something that, I think about. I know it. So I don't even think, oh my God, where's the money so I can pay off my credit card? I don't even think about that anymore. I just trust that it's happening, that it is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a huge, huge lesson to learn.
Yeah. That's a big deal for you. And how does that feel to not be like worried or stressing about where that is?
It's just so much ease. It's so much peace. Because worrying just creates more of that situation. I mean, what you focus on is what you create. Yeah. And the more I would worry about it, the more I would get anxious, the more I couldn't sleep, the more, you just are in that space all the time of like, oh my God, I have to get this, how am I, and then you just spiral. But what happens to me now is that, and particularly with my credit card, because I had to live on it, while I was not working. So I took cash advances off it, and the interest rate was higher on the cash advance than a normal purchase. So I lost my train of thought.
They used to worry about it.
Yeah, so now what I do, is I look at my credit card balance, which is high. I mean, it's almost maxed out. Um, but it was there for me when I needed it the most,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was there to help me, support my family, to keep a roof over my head, to put food on my table, to pay my bills. So I look at it very differently now. I look at it with gratitude and appreciation, because if that hadn't been there, things would be very different.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm happy when I make a payment. Like, I'm happy when I can, put money down on my card, because I know that without it, things would be different.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't worry about it anymore. I just, it is what it is. It was there when I needed it, and that's it. There's no negativity attached to it. There's no guilt attached to it. Um, Whereas before, that was my
Mm-hmm.
reality, right? Which is why I had to take that job, and so you can see how being in that state of mind just really led to more of that state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So working with you, slowly, that state of mind started to change. So now I don't, I don't worry about it all the time. Do I have a passing thought? Absolutely. I mean, it's still an outstanding debt that needs to get paid, but it's not on my mind 24/7. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't not do things because I should put that money towards my card.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that sense anymore. It's like, no, I made my payment. I had a little extra. I put it on. Great. Okay. That's what's next.
Mm-hmm. How does that
Yeah.
feel?
Oh, it's amazing. There's freedom, there's ease, there's that peace. And then also, believing and trusting that it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing for me as well, as to let go of those limiting beliefs that kept me in that place. That
Mm-hmm.
I so I was trying for jobs that had a higher salary, and when I wasn't getting interviews, it's like, oh my god, I can't. So the spiral was just, it just kept going and going, and now there's no spiral.
Mm-hmm.
It's, if there's a spiral, it's a spiral up, to say no, it's all good. You know we just go about our day, and we don't dedicate that energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
We put the period to that old story and then start a new story, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I love that. And how is you doing this work been able to support your husband in just your life in general, but also, money, and he's been able to help out some of his family.
yeah, no, my husband is 100% supportive of my doing this work.
Mhm.
He always has been. There's other interests that I have, and he's always supported that.
Mhm.
And it's funny because when I was contemplating taking the second manifest 10K, because I had
Mhm.
to pause and think about it.
Mhm.
Um, and when I was talking to him, I'm like, I've really seen a big difference in working with Cassie the first time around. So, I really think I'm going to do it the second time. And he's like, oh my gosh, the changes in you are remarkable, because I'm not under that cloud of,
Mhm.
we don't have enough. How am I ever going to get enough? Blah blah blah. So now it's the positive outlook, and it seeps into every other part of my life. I'm
Mhm.
happier now. When I have other people around me that are not happy, I stay in my own lane. That's another thing that I learned from Change Your Money Story, was stay in your lane.
Mhm.
Don't get sucked in by other people's issues. I mean, yeah, be there to support them and do whatever you can to help, but don't take that on,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
I just go about being my happy, merry self, and it makes a difference, in my life with my husband, and in my life, outside of my home.
Yeah.
So it's, and I've had other people, some of my friends and my family say, what, yeah, that's really cool. Like, it's a really different perspective that you have now, right?
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, because
awesome.
I love sharing. And the other thing is, I love sharing the things that I'm learning and the things that I'm
Mhm.
discovering, because I think the more we share with people, the more it sort of opens their minds or gives them the spark to say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, well, that's interesting. Maybe it's for me, maybe it's not for me, but it's interesting, to have that different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we go our whole life thinking one thing until
Mm-hmm.
something comes along to sort of, shift your view a little bit.
Yes.
And so that's why, like, I love sharing with my family and friends, the things that I'm learning, because again, it gives them an opportunity to see something different. And I love when people share with me because it's the same thing. It's,
Mm-hmm.
like when we do our Monday calls, it's a different perspective for every person.
Yes.
Right. So I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
since you brought up our Monday calls, I know I've had a couple of questions from just people, in my tribe, and they wonder, what is it like to be in a group coaching program, or what is getting coaching like? So would you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's amazing. I can understand how some people might think it's very intimidating to
Mm-hmm.
share with strangers and to share with people you don't know. But we're all there for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
We're all there to make some change in our life, to learn new manifesting skills, to change how we think. So we're all there for the same reason. So that to me was a big, what's the word, that made me feel at ease.
Mm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
um, and the other thing is, everyone there is so open. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
there shares their ups and their downs and shares their lessons. And again, I love that because it helps me to understand that I'm not the only one that might have
Mm.
struggles, or, it's a safe space where I can share my vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a safe space to celebrate, to
Yeah.
share our success stories, or to share our aha moments. Or I've had so many aha moments as I'm talking to you. It's like, oh, right, I didn't see that. So it's a great interchange of ideas, of energy, and, you walking us through those parts, as a guide. We can't hide from those things. We can choose to hide, but
Mm-hmm.
then you're not getting the benefit. So, go to that group coaching and feel the experience that everyone else is feeling, and be guided. And it's uncomfortable. It's, sometimes heartbreaking. Like for me, the last couple, that session we had a few weeks ago was really tough.
Yeah.
But the difference, between then and now is huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Amazing. And what I
Yeah.
love about that is that there was someone on the call. She was on the call, but like she's, in the struggle. And then she was able to say, like last week, like, I can see this different you since you've
Yeah.
gotten just past that, because it's not even it's just all part of the process, right? And it's a breakthrough to get open to the next thing. And that's what happens. And so I think one of the coolest things is that, yeah, somebody else was able to say, like, I see the change too,
Yeah.
because I think that's helpful,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yes.
it's one thing.
Yeah.
I know you all believe it when I say it and like that, but it's also powerful to have someone else say it.
Absolutely. And I adored her for being there and for witnessing that, because it was really one of my most vulnerable moments, probably I've been in a long time, sharing with strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But you're not strangers,
Mm-hmm.
because again, we're all united in, for the same reason.
Yes.
And to have her witness that, and see that, and to make that comment a couple weeks later that, yeah, I see the difference, I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing, it being in a group setting, is that, you know it's easy for me to forget my successes and to not
Mm-hmm.
see my progress.
Mm-hmm.
But being in the group, either you identify it or someone else, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, right, I see it. I see it. I get
Yeah.
it. Okay. And then it's sort of,
Yeah.
it helps me to stay in that frame of mind, and to keep looking for my progress, and to keep acknowledging my progress. I think
Mm-hmm.
is probably more, what I wanted to say, is to acknowledge it and to honor it, and to realize that, yeah, I didn't just, show up in one day and everything's great. I went through the fire.
Yeah.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So
Yeah.
cool. What would you call, what would you say your old money story title was?
Oh, definitely scarcity.
Mm.
There's not enough, and you have to
Mhm.
hold on to what you have.
Yeah.
You have to save for in case something happens.
Mhm.
So it was always that mindset. I come from a family. My parents divorced. I want to say when I can't remember, 7, 8,
Mhm.
7 or 10, like in that elementary
Yeah.
school age. So it was just my mom and me and my sister. So there was struggles. We didn't
Mhm.
go without. We had food
Yeah.
on the table and all that stuff. But I know that my mom struggled, and so I sort of took that on. It's
Mhm.
when you work, you save your money, because there's not a lot.
Mhm.
you know
Right? Yeah.
yeah. So I sort of kept, so when I would go out shopping or something, I'd be like, ooh, I really like that, but I don't want to spend $40, just
Mm.
in case something happens. So that was my mindset.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which isn't, that's not my mindset now. My mindset now is, you know what? Yeah, I want to invest in that. Or, you know what? I don't want to invest in that right now. So it's a
Mhm.
completely different vibe. And again, something else I learned from the Change Your Money story, but that also, you know, is sewn into Manifest 10K, because that's
Mhm.
very much a part of um, changing that mindset, changing that
Mhm.
money story, or just leaving that money story behind and creating the new one. The new one is I invest in things I want. I invest in things I
Yeah.
like. I invest in things that mean something to me. And to say that, I'm not going to invest in that today, man, that's so powerful, because it's not saying, oh, I don't have enough money. No, no, no. It's, I don't want to invest in that right now. That's it. It's just that simple.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so simple and so powerful.
It is. And it took, I remember when I first purposely said that,
Mhm.
I was at the mall and I wanted to buy these nail polishes.
Uh-huh.
I think they were buy two, get one free.
Uh-huh.
And it's the OPI brand. So I think it
Mhm.
was like, 10 or 11 bucks a bottle. So I would have had
Uh-huh.
to spend like $22 plus tax. And I walked and I'm like, oh, the first thing I said was like, oh, I don't have that. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to invest in that right now.
Mhm.
So did it work instantly? Did I feel ease instantly? No. But I didn't, because I really wanted that darn nail polish. However, as I went, along my day and, continued on, it's like, yeah, no, you know what? I didn't want to invest in that right now. It's
Mhm.
okay. You know what? I'll go back to the mall 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or what. And you know what? In the end, I never went back and got the nail polish. So it wasn't about the nail polish. It was about the old story saying, oh, you don't have enough. So
Mhm.
feel bad about it. No, I don't feel bad about it. It's okay. Because you know what? Life goes on even if I don't get the nail polish.
Right?
Like that's the other thing. That's the other side of it, is that you know, we're so quick to say, oh, I don't have enough. I can't have it, da da da. Instead of saying, you know what, it's not something that I need right now.
Mhm.
And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to say, you know what? No, I'll just come back some other time and get it.
Yes.
Yeah. And that
Oh,
feels easier. Like even now it's like, no, or yeah, I'm going to invest in that today. I'm doing that. And you know
yeah.
what? If I don't like it, I can go back and return it. Like we put these limits on ourselves. Like we just embrace that story. Um, but you got to bust out of that. You got to bust right out of that and change that way of thinking. And
Mhm.
doing this work with you certainly has busted down a lot of my limiting beliefs. And that's something that is, I would recommend to anyone, because I wonder how many people even realize that they have a limiting belief,
Mhm.
right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, even realizing that there's limiting beliefs was a big aha moment.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So what do you think? Have we talked about your biggest lesson so far, your biggest takeaway from Manifest 10K?
Oh my gosh. I think, to sum it up for me, under a general umbrella, because I've learned so many things, I believe the biggest lesson for me is to trust the process. I am trusting the process. I didn't always, because again, it's very uncomfortable. I'm not seeing the results, right?
No pizza.
No pizza. Yeah. Where's my 10K, Cassie?
Right?
I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. I keep looking. So, that I think that took me longer to learn, but I'm at a point now where I 100% trust the process.
I love that. How does it feel?
Oh my, again, it just feels amazing. It feels, before it would be like, I believed at 80% and I have that little spot in me that was like, oh, but what if, so, and slowly that started to go away. It kind of felt like the Grinch's heart, the Grinch's heart is like teeny tiny and then keep growing. So that's kind of what it was like for me and what it is like for me, to finally get to this point to say, you know what, I trust the process. I surrender.
Yes.
And a big part of that was, again, that breakthrough that I had a couple weeks ago, was just letting it all out, identifying feelings. That was another huge lesson for me. So the culmination of it all really gives me the end result that I trust the process. And it's just that simple. It sounds simple, and I see it simple, but I know there was a lot of work behind that to get to that point.
Right.
And so that's why it's even more precious and even more of an important thing in my life, because there was a lot of growth to get there. And now it's like, okay, I trust the process. Now I can sort of go through this easier. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's okay. It's okay for things to be easy.
Yeah, it is. It's very much okay for things to be easy.
Like somehow, again, we get it in our head that we have to struggle. And when we struggle and succeed, oh, it's because I struggled. No. It's okay to have things come to you easily. It's okay to think easily and to feel peaceful and to feel relaxed. It's all of that is okay.
Yes. It's
Go ahead and do it.
Right? Yeah, do it. And it's all easy.
Do it. It's all easy.
Yes, it's all easy.
It's all easy. Just a few bumps along the way, but it's all easy. It's all good.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love it. So just one more quick question. Well, I have two actually. What you're taking the Write Your Millionaire Money Story this weekend. What are you most excited about?
Oh my gosh. Meeting my future self.
Yeah.
She has been waiting for me.
Yes.
She has been patiently waiting for me to get to this point, to finally be able to meet her and live the life that we want to live the life that we want to create. So I'm very excited about that.
Me too. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I would love to be a millionaire. I'm not even going to lie about that. So, so I better be a millionaire by Sunday. And there better be pizza.
And there better be pizza. I feel like every time you manifest something big, there's always going to be pizza involved from now on.
Pizza or burrito boys.
Yes.
It's my weakness. It's my weakness. That's what I do to celebrate. So that's the other thing. When you get these aha moments, when you have these successes, celebrate.
Yes.
Right? Celebrate.
Yes,
and for my husband and I, because I celebrate everything with him, because I share all of this with him, we go to Burrito Boys and we get naked burritos. Awesome.
I love
Just
it.
a little side note there.
Yeah, it's important, but it's a huge side note. Yeah. You got to celebrate and you got to find what feels good to you to celebrate, right?
Yeah, and it's not like a big, huge party put all over Facebook. No, it's whatever gives you joy or gives you that excitement or gives you that sense of, I did it. Whatever, go to the spa or order pizza, go to Burrito Boys, have a nap, whatever it is that you do to celebrate. Do it.
Yes. I love it.
I'm telling might be able to do a lot of things right now.
It's good.
Do it.
Do it. I always say celebrate early, celebrate often.
Often, exactly.
You know, it's because it acknowledges that you have made that progress, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it helps to, because now you remember, oh yeah, we went to Burrito Boys last week. Oh yeah, because we were celebrating. It sort of marks that moment.
Yes.
It helps to keep it a little bit more fresh, because like I said, I forget, like you remind me a lot of the things that I've done and the progress I've made, because I forget.
Yeah.
I'm feeling what I'm feeling now, and I forget about all this stuff that got me here. So celebrating helps to mark that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so true. Cool. I'm going to save my other question for next time. I am so excited to be working with you this weekend in the workshop. And next time everybody hears from you, they'll be hearing all about your future self.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Me too. So thank you for joining us on this year of growth and for sharing your story with everyone so they can be inspired. I appreciate it. I know everybody is going to take something from it. If nothing else, they're going to go out and celebrate.
Get pizza.
That's right. Get pizza. See if they can manifest free pizza.
Oh my gosh.
So we will talk to you next time. Join Carrie-Ann's next interview. Tune in next week for another great interview. Someone's sharing their growth journey with you. Thank you, Carrie-Ann.
Thank you for joining us on The More Money Show. To learn the step-by-step process to welcome more money into your life, go to manifest10k.com.